Hello, everyone, and today's session is in regards to supporting administrators in a time of high burnout. My name's Chris Geralds, and I am the project director for Leaders Connect. Leaders Connect is a teacher school leader grant through the U.S. Department of Education. We have approximately 8 school districts across 7 states involved in our Leaders Connect network improvement community. We have over 200 administrators, 4,000 teachers, and we positively impact over 50,000 students every single day. And when we think about supporting administrators in a time of high burnout, we often say, so what is the problem? A recent study shows that 85% of school principals are experiencing job-related stress and 48% are dealing with burnout. 1 in 2 principals are considering leaving the field or retiring. And when you think about those statistics and the administrators that we currently have, and they're thinking about getting out of the field, we have to really, think about, when those administrators leave and we have to hire new and replace them, we really have to think about how is that going to negatively impact not only the students, but also the current staff that is there? So a very telling number there of 85% of school principals are experiencing job-related stress and 48% are dealing with burnout. So in this session about supporting administrators, I really want to just kind of dive deep into 10 strategies to help reduce administrator burnout. Number 1, do it, delegate it, or delete it. 2, stop fixing and start empowering. 3, regain your why. The 4th is strengthen relationships with staff. 5, collaborating with parents. 6, balancing administrator overload. Number 7, make time for mental health at work. 8, commit to the right mindset. Number 9, don't forget your life outside of work. And number 10, continue to believe in education. So let's jump into it here. We're going to talk a little bit here about do it, delegate it, or delete it. As a school administrator, it's impossible to do everything consistently well. We can do a lot of things. However, to do them consistently well is really out of our power. So I would encourage you, take audits of tasks and determine the following. What responsibilities only I can do as the school leader or district leader? Are there responsibilities that I've taken that belong to others? Am I out of my lane? If you are the only one responsible for the outcome, then you have to do it. And that's the part of being an administrator. There are some tasks that are assigned directly to us, and we have to do those. Is there someone who has more knowledge, insight, and ability to respond? And really think about those that are on your instructional leadership team, your leadership teams there in the main office, your cabinets. If you can answer that question as yes, there are folks that have more knowledge or insight or ability to respond, delegate it. And then is this relevant to my primary responsibilities? Is it relevant to the current plan, our strategic plan? Does it fit the district mission, the school mission? If not, then let's delete it. So let's do it, delegate it, or delete it. So stop fixing and start empowering. As leaders, we might find ourselves or find it easy to fall into a routine where we are constantly solving problems. So we become fixers. So I would encourage in this session right here, or this section, to stop fixing and start empowering. Collaborate with your front office, collaborate with your cabinet team, and collaborate with your teachers. That is a critical piece there. Provide teachers with the opportunity to think creatively in creating systems of support. When you have that ultimate buy-in from those that are on those front lines, the power of a team and the strengthening of a team only gets better. Give others a voice in the development and the implementation of strategies, and empowering others instead of imposing a top-down or a solution top-down builds community. And that ultimately strengthens the culture within your building. Stop fixing and start empowering. Regain your why. When you decided to become a principal or an administrator, what was your reasoning? What did you want to accomplish? Why did you want to lead? So I would share with you right now, or encourage you, take a couple seconds to reflect. Why did I become a principal or administrator? What was my reasoning? What did you want to accomplish? And why did you want to lead? Once you get lost in the day-to-day challenges of school leadership, it's easy to forget your initial motivation. That why was your spark and passion for this difficult work. And it's not easy work. It is difficult work, but that why was your spark. So reflect on that. On those tough days, pull that post-it note out and have that why right there in front of you. And when you lose sight of it, the chances of burnout increases greatly. So regain your why. Reflect on those questions. When you decided to become a principal or administrator, what was your reasoning? What did you want to accomplish? And why did you want to lead? Strengthen relationships with staff. Interactions with your staff can be challenging. To keep peace and productivity, the right environment must be set. So 3 features here: form relationships. Make the first steps by chatting about other things than the workplace. Get to know your staff on a personal level. Talk, if you start a meeting, start your meetings with your personal and professional best. That allows you as a leader to really dive in and really reflect to see what's going on outside of the workplace with your staff. Understand the causes of conflict. Connect with staff to understand the causes of his or her stress. Use the following questions: how can we work together? And what do you feel is holding you back at this moment? And acknowledge efforts. Acknowledge all that you value. Stay committed to your mentorship and emphasize confidentiality about private conversation. The acknowledgement of efforts is critical in today's world. Everybody is working very hard, from teachers, support staff, bus drivers, custodial, front office staff, child nutritionists, administrators. Acknowledge efforts. Also, acknowledge the efforts of not only your staff, but the scholars and your parents that are supporting your program too. That leads us into the collaboration with parents. Difficult and demanding parents frequently contribute to principal burnout. So get proactive and build positive relationships with your families. Establish expectations about policies and procedures up front. Not only establish those expectations about policies and procedures, but also share those expectations with your parents on a consistent basis. Always keep your parents in the loop. Send home a newsletter. Update your school's social media regularly. Host family events. Just make sure that you're over communicating with your parents to keep them in the loop of what's going on, not only from a building level standpoint, but from a district level standpoint. Avoid contacting parents only when their child has made a mistake. Have positive interactions too, and encourage your teachers to do the same. When parents approach you with an issue, try to listen without judgment. Again, I'll say that again. When parents approach you with an issue, try to listen without judgment. Acknowledge their concern before offering suggestions. It seems simple, but active listening and empathy go a long way. One of the things we like to say is when a problem, comes to your table, your desk, or is presented in front of you, press pause, get your mind right before you offer a solution or an outcome or a response to the situation that you are facing. Balancing administrator overload. This is a tough one here because as administrators, as teachers, we're really not off work. We're always on call and always thinking about how can we improve a certain situation or improve a lesson or improve a coaching session. Research states that in the U.S., more than 1/3 of the time school leaders spend in school revolves around administrative tasks. So there's 4 key points here. Job redesign to reduce stress. Maybe increase shared administrative responsibilities between staff. Again, that collaboration with not only other teachers, your front office staff, but also those that are a part of your administrator or cabinet team. Improve the school climate. Develop open communication and mutual trust among students, faculty, and administration. Stress reduction programs. Sounds simple, but sometimes we forget to, really think about those activators, those professional development opportunities or icebreakers that, we can provide some stress reduction programs. So encourage mutual respect and development of support groups, networks, sponsor workshops on healthful living practices, principal professional learning communities, or administrator professional learning communities. The island of the administrator is very small. So I would encourage you to please make sure that you are collaborating with principals or other administrators within your district, but also outside of your district too. Create those professional learning communities, balancing administrative overload. Make time for mental health at work. Self-care is crucial for avoiding stress and burnout. Identify what you want to do and make a commitment to complete that activity daily. Meditations has been identified as a strategy to improve mental health. Laughter, enjoy your work, get out of your office, and go, discuss, maybe personal things that are going on in your life or things that, were that just made the day great or weekend great. It's always good to laugh. To help relieve stress. Get out of your office. Again, when you're stuck in your office, the amounts of stress will build up on you. Take a walk, have conversations with scholars, with other teachers, and keep a praise file. Those emails or maybe some of those cards that you have received in the past, keep those in a praise file. And on those tough days, reflect back to those. And it just kind of gives you that sense of revitalizing of why you are doing the work and the fact that you are making those positive impacts with adults as well as the scholars in your building. So make time for mental health at work. Commit to the right mindset. Keep a positive attitude, makes all the difference. Listen to inspirational messages while driving to work. Sometimes we may listen to a book, we may listen to our favorite radio station, but listening to those inspirational messages creates a positive mindset as you drive to work. Find an empty room in the building to release frustration. Your attitude is contagious and should always be kept in check. And communicate directly about school leadership stress. This allows for clearing the air and dealing with stress immediately. I often use the example, when you blow a balloon up too far, eventually it's going to pop. So make sure that you release that stress. Talk about those stressors that are adding some anxiety to your plate. Commit to the right mindset. Don't forget your life outside of work. Very, very important. Majority of surveys provided to administrators focus on their lives outside of work to help alleviate stress. Some of the things that you could do, planning family meals. Remember, you've got your work life, but also you've got perhaps a significant other or a family, children at home that want the best of you. So plan those family times. Regular visits to the spa, going out with friends, taking a weekend off, unplug from your work. Maybe perhaps after you leave work on Friday afternoon until maybe 6-7 o'clock on Sunday, unplug to make sure that you are able to release and enjoy your life outside of work. Hanging out with pets, go on a walk in the park. Most importantly, leave the school stress in your car. Your family needs you while you are at home. Finally, believe in education. Set aside time daily to reflect on those positive things happening under your leadership. Celebrate the success stories, big and small accomplishments. This could be through simple journaling. This could also be through public recognition at the end of the day or beginning of the day with staff and scholars. Ask teachers to send you weekly successes that are happening in their classrooms. Stop kids in the hallway and ask, what about school excites them? And really build that culture of excitement. Visit the cafeteria. You became an administrator to see these successes. Just because they are not, they are often overshadowed by the negative things that occur does not mean they are not happen or aren't worth celebrating. So continue to believe in education. As we wrap up this quick session here, 10 strategies to really reduce administrator burnout. The first one we talked about, do it, delegate it, or delete it. Stop fixing and start empowering. Regain your why. strengthen relationships with staff, increase your collaboration with parents, balancing administrator overload, make time for mental health at work, commit to the right mindset, don't forget about your life outside of work, and continue to believe in education. As I shared at the beginning, my name is Chris Geralds. I'm the E3 Plus Leaders Connect Project Director for MSD Decatur Township. You can follow me on Twitter at Chris Geralds or Leaders Connect 3. If you want to find out more information about Leaders Connect and perhaps joining our network improvement community, feel free to send me an email at cgeralds@decaturproud.org. Thank you for your time today, and let's continue to decrease that administrator burnout and increase, the positivity that we are using to coach and support not only administrators but the teachers in our wonderful education field.
Broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. You can't find out but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, 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 we gon' walk it out. On that.